Yeah, from the concrete where legends get tested. Pressure make diamonds. In New York, we don't ask for respect, we take it. It's the next verse, everybody. City on our back, never fold, never sorry. They doubt us every season, still we stand tall. Madison Square pressure, make kings out of underdogs. Next verse, everybody. Lights too bright, but we built for the glare. They let her count us out, let them talk. New York state of mind, we prepared for war. They let her hype when we fall, hate when we climb. Front page headlines trying to bury our shine, but this city race fighters, not followers. Built on
Yo, what's good, man? What's the word, man? We back like promised for the trade deadline, and
Yeah, the trade line special.
yet, but this is our pre-trade deadline show. And shout out to my guy. We on here. We rocking out, man. What's good, man? How you feeling?
Oh, pretty good, feeling good. There's some blockbusters dropping already. Nothing we really actually thought about. Something could be a little bit different on the horizon, but let's see.
Some dice is getting rolling. So before we give who fits perfectly with the Knicks and what trades we can look for the Knicks and realistic trades, because I don't want to go off the deep end, but maybe we can end the show with a Giannis hypothetical trade. I don't know, just for the sake of doing it. Like I said, like we said in the prior episode, I think Giannis is more so off season. If a team don't snatch him up right now, you know what I mean? I think he's like an off season priority, at least for the Knicks. But yo, what was one of the biggest shockers that came down the trade pipe today for you, man? What's one that caught you and you was like, yo, this is crazy.
For me, I think it would definitely be the Bulls. The Bulls and Pistons and Minnesota, because a lot of people was like, it didn't make sense. You know, Jay and Ivy, the Pistons never really used them. They never really had a use for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now they're getting like a Kevin Huerter more shooting. So
right.
It also gives Minnesota a dark horse now to get. They got Mike Conley off the books, so that was a lot of cap salary. Now they can take a run for Giannis, which was kind of surprising that Minnesota really wants to partner, give him a partnership with Ant. So we're going to see how it runs. What about you?
I think, I'm going to elaborate on that. I ain't going to go outside of that. I'm going to come in and elaborate on that. Now, I think what Minnesota doing is basically freeing up some cap space in case of them getting Giannis into Antetokounmpo. I think they really just trying to clean their books out right now, and probably a little bit more little trades will probably happen for them, just so they can stay below that cap and they can really get him in here and take on more salary if needed be. If Milwaukee want to send players back with Giannis, such as Kyle Kuzma or maybe his brother. So I think what Minnesota's doing is they getting that cap cleaned up, and I'm gonna throw a monkey wrench in it right now. Boom. If Minnesota don't get Giannis, I think that Ja Morant is in play. I think that Ja Morant is somebody we need to look forward to, because the Grizzlies is basically showing you that they tanking. They on a full blown tank. They basically locked in on tanking this year. So I think that they showed you with the other move we making. That's gonna be one of the picks we talk about. I mean, one of the trades we talk about as well. But I think that now that the Grizzlies all blown it up, you gotta watch out for Ja Morant going to a team like the Minnesota Timberwolves. If in event the Timberwolves get all indications that there's no way possible that they could get Giannis, I think they take a shot on a guy like Ja Morant. And it gives them a point guard. I think right now Anthony Edwards and Devo, they probably running back and forth with the point guard situation over there in Minnesota. So that's a move to watch out for, and I think it's in a play. Either one of those guys, I think they're gonna try to make a strong run for. But like I said, if they strike out fully with Giannis and they feel like Giannis is not in play, be on the lookout for a guy like John Morant going over there to Minnesota.
Okay, I give you that one.
Yeah, but yo,
But
that surprised me, man. When that trade came out, I was like, oh man, like you know what I'm saying, like. The thing about that trade is the most interesting thing is now Chicago have all of these guards.
they
Chicago
do.
lineup is full with guards, so now it's a mystery now with Chicago because Chicago gonna have to move a guy like Kobe White, but I got a dark horse player on there that I got my eyes on, and hopefully, if everything the chips fall right, and maybe we can snatch him up, that'll be a perfect guy for us. Two guys over there that
Okay.
I think that the Knicks can realistically get. You know what I mean? Like we could realistically get. But what you think about now being that we on the Chicago Bulls? What you think about Josevic to Boston and Anthony Simons to the Bulls, man? What you think about that trade, man?
I mean, Vucevic been
Vucevic.
he's been like a crazy center all this time. You know, it literally started. You know, so them boosting it up now, it kind of gives them that pick and pop kind of person where which they actually kind of needed to stretch because look how good KP was for them, and now they
Right,
got the ability to have another big dominant center. So
right.
that one kind of hurt a little bit because it went to Boston, and Boston really didn't even give up much to give up Anthony Simons.
Yeah, yeah. I think that in a second round pick, and they got the job done. Vucevic, he's been on the trading block for like 2 or 3 years now with the Bulls. So
Mhm.
I think that move was inevitable. I think, excuse me, I think that move had to happen because he probably was like axing out. He wanted to go to a team where he's basically he's back in that contention. He's contending for something. He's playing for something. Um,
So
that
yeah,
that also indicated to me, and you heard it here first, that excuse me, that Jason Tatum is going to play this season because when you trade a player like Anthony Simons, that just shows me that y'all accelerating your timeline back. You're looking at the team currently where the team is at right now, and you looking at the team and you like, okay, we don't need a project like Anthony Simons. Anthony Simons is kind of a proven guy, but he's still like raw and he's still got more potential to show. I don't think he hit a ceiling or his prime. So them trading him, showing that they turning the clock back and they speeding it up and they going back into full mode as contending. So you go get a guy like Vucevic that boosts your roster and you know. But the only thing I'm gonna say about him is he can't play a lick of defense. So good luck with that,
that's
boy.
the truth for that one.
Good luck with that. Yeah. So where you at
But
with it? Where you at with it, player?
I mean, I'm looking at like like the Eastern Conference is definitely shifting a little bit, but it's kind of weird that the Bulls are like full tank mode when they can
Mhm.
still come up as a dark horse of the East.
Right.
Like you said, they got too many guards. Is a couple of guards going to be on the trading block there? We don't know.
Right.
Because it's kind of weird, the landscape. But like my biggest one that is a rumor so far, but is gaining traction. James Harden going to Cleveland.
Oh,
He's getting some
yeah.
traction right now.
Yeah. That's a good move. That's a good move for Cleveland because that gives them a ball handler that somebody that can facilitate for Donovan Mitchell, not like and on a higher level than what Darius Garland could have. Like you know what I mean? He's a good young player and he was a all-star, but I feel like you get a guy like James Harden that makes that Cleveland team better, and he's a big man whisperer. So guys like Mobley and if Jared Allen is still around, those guys is gonna benefit off of a guy like James Harden because James Harden gonna make sure he gets the ball to those guys and it's gonna make Donovan Mitchell job less harder too. Like Donovan Mitchell gonna have another running mate. So I think essentially he becomes a third option on that team. Like he won't come in as a second option, but like that makes them scary, man. They got Keon Ellis. They bench is starting to get a little bit of solidify. I think a couple more moves is going try to go for a couple more moves too. I don't think Cleveland.
I agree
I
with you,
think
but
they're
I also
gonna roll the
disagree.
dice. You know what I mean? I think they're gonna try to go in.
I agree and I disagree with you. I
Yeah,
agree, yeah. It makes harder to don't have to be the number one or number two option on the team, so it'll be the third option.
yeah,
But that ball's gonna get stuck in his hands.
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Either facilitate.
That's the biggest part. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And him and Mitchell are guards that need the ball in their hands. So I want to see how this is gonna work.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because track history, it didn't work out so well with KD because KD needed the ball,
Yeah.
Harden needed the ball, Kyrie needed the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go see how this is gonna work. But I feel like that one is getting some traction because he's been 2 DNPs in the last 2 games for personal reasons.
Who's that?
James Harden.
James Harden. Oh yeah, yeah.
So it's something going on with what I mean, and it's all weird. Like the Clippers are supposed to be this new team, Harden, Kawhi, and it's a lot of the dysfunction going on in that group in the organization, which is kind of scary.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, is I think that's the Clippers for you. Look at their track record. You know what I mean? It's been like that. So that's just Clipper doing Clipper things for you. You know what I'm saying? And you would think that James Harden would stay there because they actually been playing good in the last month or so. But it's just showing you that it's probably something that he sees over there that everybody else is seeing and it's not working. So that's something to keep your eyes on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it haven't went through yet, but that's something that we should definitely keep our eyes on. And I think that it's a lot of smoke over there, and I feel like it will happen. It just eventually, it's going to take picks and players to get shipped out with Garland. But I think they could do it straight up. Garland and Donovan Mitchell. I think they could just do a straight up trade and maybe a couple picks in between, and they should be able to execute that trade, man. But it's getting crazy now. Another trade that was so left field was Jaren Jackson Jr., Conchard, Vince Williams Jr.
Yep.
And somebody else went out and they did a trade with Utah, which was crazy because they basically 2 bottom feeder teams. But like when you look at that starting lineup now, you're gonna have in Utah. I'm looking at Utah. You're gonna have Jaren Jackson Jr. You're gonna have Keontae George.
Yep.
You're gonna have Marketing, and whenever Kessler get back, you're gonna have Kessler, and they could throw a guy like Ace Bailey in there, and that's a good team. That's a good young team that got a lot of length. Like all those guys is tall. Even George, they hold starting 5. They gonna be monsters on the court. So it's gonna be interesting to see how that play out. But I think that I've been seeing reports coming around Jake Fisher, a couple guys, Mark Stein, and a couple guys saying that they thinking that they're gonna rest Jaren Jackson Jr. almost kind of like towards the end of the season, just so they could keep that pick coming in. And they got some picks too. So you got to watch out for Utah next year. But that move was kind of left field. I didn't see that happen. I didn't see that happening. But now that happened, Ja Morant is definitely on the chopping block over there. You know what I mean?
But look at the amount of what the Memphis Grizzlies got back.
Mm-hmm.
They got back 7 first-round picks between Desmond Bane and Jaren Jackson Jr. 7 first-round picks.
Yeah.
They have the most first-round picks in the next draft, along with
OKC.
No, Brooklyn Nets.
Brooklyn Nets and OKC. OKC too. They got the same amount of draft picks as well.
So it's like that's crazy. That's crazy.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, that was a big move, but you can see the direction of the Grizzlies. They basically like, yo, we tanking. We all in on this tank. Yep. Let's go. Let's start it over. It's not working with Ja Morant no more. We got rid of Bane. When I seen they got rid of Bane and Dylan Brooks, I knew that little era that they had was over.
See, you saw it then. I saw it when they got rid of the coach. When they got rid of the coach, that was shocking to me. Like, wait, what? Yeah. The coach that just won a coach of the year last year took you guys to the second round of the playoffs, you get rid of him. You know what the funniest thing is? It's almost got the same relevance of what happened in Buffalo. No disrespect. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? But coaches are a dime a dozen. That's the way I
yeah,
look. Dime a dozen. You know, I can get you here, but I
yeah,
can't get you. If I can't get you to the mountaintop, well, we'll just find
yeah,
somebody else to do it. That's
yeah,
what's crazy. So, yeah,
yeah.
Memphis is on a rebuild. I feel like if I can name a couple of teams that's on or is going to have a rebuild, the Pelicans are going to be one of them.
Hmm.
Washington is still going to probably get rid of some people.
Yeah,
Atlanta still got to get rid of people.
yeah.
The Lakers could do something, but I don't see them really pulling. There is a reported one that it would be nice, but I don't know if
Hmm.
it's going to really be done between them and Portland.
Hmm.
As a three, I forgot the other team. Was another trade with a third team in it
Yeah,
for them to basically get Jeremy Grant and somebody else going to the Lakers to get. They really want to get rid of Dalton Connect so bad. Like
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I feel so bad for that kid because
yeah,
he's like not getting the love. He was
yeah,
almost shipped away easily, got rejected. It's like the easiest trade bait. It's like the
yeah,
worst.
yeah. Yeah, I mean that's the business, man. Like unfortunately, that's the business with basketball, man. It's like that. But the teams I'm watching for that's sellers is we got to watch out for the Chicago Bulls. I want to watch out for the Minnesota. I think Minnesota going to try to shed some more salary.
Mm-hmm.
Got to watch out for them being sellers. Um, I would say, like you said, Atlanta. They might want to shed some salary as well. Try to see if they can go stab at a guy like Giannis. Um, it's on, man. It's the Giannis sweepstakes, man. And I'm hearing that LeBron want to get traded as well. Like him and the Lakers not seeing eye to eye. I don't know how true it is.
He better sit his old butt down and just
Yeah,
stay right
yeah.
there.
I don't know how true it is, but LeBron looking to try to get moved potentially. Don't quote me on it. Per sources, you know what I'm saying? Per
You can't
sources.
see LeBron really like, yeah, this is my first time in my career that I
Yeah,
want to get traded. And can I play for the slam dunk contest? Come on, sit that old ass.
yeah, yeah.
He ain't getting traded.
Yeah. All right. So what's some of? Let's get into it, man. What's some of the moves that you think the Knicks should and could make?
I would love to see Hartenstein come back home. You know what I
Mm,
mean? But the salary is going to be the issue. Who do we trade for that? Is the
mm,
key question. Because it's like he's owed 28 mil for the next 2 years. You know what I mean? The
yeah.
only highest person is either Bridges or Cat.
Nah, not
You know what I
even
mean?
a player like Mitch, player like Josh Hart will have to go in that trade, and
Yeah,
somebody.
but they each 1 year. When we doing, doing it, they're 1 year. Mitch has 1 year. Hart has a thing.
Yeah, but we talking about you talking about how much he making, how much Hardenstein making?
He's
28.
making 28.
So you gotta dump a guy like Mitch, and you gotta get maybe Mitch and Deuce can get it done with their salary because we
Yeah.
can't we can't take we can't take in more salary than what we put. Like so, basically, with that 28, we got to make sure we sending out that much salary so we can get Hardenstein back in return. So that we can't take a million more. Like we so capped at that second apron that
Yep.
so a trade like that, like Hartenstein, I love Hartenstein, but I don't think that's a trade for us right now. That's not a trade. That's not a deadline trade right now. That's not a middle of the season trade. To me, that's a trade that you trade in the off season. You go address that in the off season because I think it'll be better to facilitate. I think now is too many unknown parts with that.
Yep.
I don't think that the Knicks is interested in Hartenstein as much as we hear that his name is floating around and stuff. I think as fans, we more want Hartenstein back. But I think as an organization, I don't think that I didn't hear nothing from like the top dogs over there, like Ian Bagley. None of those guys really bought Hartenstein name up. And they know that Hartenstein is locked in with OKC for this season. Now I
Oh
think
yeah.
in the off season, that's a trade that you need to pursue and watch because I think that's something that can realistically get done. But I think right now, I don't think that trade is going to get done. I don't think Hartenstein is going to want to leave, and I don't think OKC is going to get rid of Hartenstein in the middle of a championship run. You know what I'm saying? So that's like I said, that's the off season. I would love to get him back. I would love to get him back, but you know what I mean? That's the off season. I'm looking at for the Knicks. I'm looking at small moves around the margins and positions to fill positions that's needed in case of a player go down. So like I'm looking at our wings. I'm looking at our wing. I'm looking at our backup bigs, and I'm definitely looking at the point guard position. Even though we got Kolek, and he's been doing wonderful. He's been doing great. I love what Kolek is doing, the production that he's giving us. In the playoffs, I still will want a veteran point guard somewhere that's been in those tight spots to come in the game and take some of those minutes that Brunson is not going to play. So who I'm looking for, I'm looking if I'm gonna start with the veterans, then I take it down to the young guys. I'm gonna start with Mike Conley because I think Mike Conley going to the Bulls is too many guards over there now. You know what I'm saying? So they got Kobe White, which is he on the trading block. They got Ayo the Sumo. They got they got Ivy. Ivy's a guard, and then they got Conley. So I think one of those guys, or maybe two of those guys, is gonna go. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like a guy like Conley will probably want to get bought out. He will want to go to somewhere where, he's old enough. He's old. He's been around the league for a minute. He will want to go to a contender. You know what I'm saying? So that's a guy like I will keep my eye on. Like if he makes the waiver wire or the buyout market, that's a guy that I would definitely take a flyer on because he's a good floor setter. He's a good point guard. He's very smart, very heady. He could shoot the three when open, and he could run that second unit offense. You know what I'm saying? So Mike Conley is a name that I'm watching out for off the waiver wires. Not right now. Like I don't think right now. He's available, but maybe I think after they hit that I forgot what day it is. It's a certain day, and after a certain day we can start entertaining that. Well, who you thinking? Who you looking at, man?
I mean, definitely that would be something good. I'm also looking at, definitely Nick Richards. We have to give up for that because we do need to, we need to get rid of good old Yabusele to basically be able to get a good, dominant center that can help out Mitch, help out Cat on the boards, and do some block shots. I'm hoping that one comes down through the pipeline. Also, like you said, the backup point guard, should we go for like Alvarado? Like I know you've been a firm believer of Najee Marshall, but I feel like Dallas wants too much for Najee Marshall.
Yeah. Najee, That's they don't want like a maybe a first or maybe two firsts for Najee Marshall, and as respectively, I think they should get that. Right now, like I'm looking at realistic moves. Even a guy like Nick Richards, I think that deal was declined because I think we only offered up one second rounder or something like that. So I think for Nick Richards it would be dope if he could come off the bench or play some minutes if Mitch or Cat or somebody like that get hurt. But I think that we gonna have to pony up just a little bit more to get a player like that. I think Phoenix is gonna play hardball with Nick Richards, even though he's out of the rotation, he's not playing. I still think that they're gonna play hardball, which already Fred Katz. Shout out to Fred Katz. Fred Katz and Shoots, you know what I mean? He's an NBA insider. If y'all don't know who he is, but he already said that they declined that. They declined the deal with him and Yabusele. Yabusele is gonna be hard to get off this team. Like, it's Yabusele.
Play option, right?
It's not gonna be just trade Yabusele. Like Yabusele is a little bit more difficult because that player, like you said, that player option is keeping him on this team. And another team don't want to take that on because as soon as they trade for him next year, he's gonna take the player option and that's $5.3 million that he's gonna get, and he's gonna take that money. So I think if we can't move realistically, if we can't move Yabusele, I think he will be waived. And we could try to share some of that salary for next year. It'll help us next year if we try to go re-sign Mitch. But I think Yabusele, if we can't trade him, like I think he will be waived. Like I think he will be waived, and we're gonna try to go get somebody that's more realistic to us, man. You know what I'm saying? Who's another player you wanna watch out for, man?
The funny thing is, and I would say it like this: why are we not trying to like get a Chris Paul? Like he got a 1 year deal.
Uh-huh.
He played. The Clippers probably just want what a second round pick. We got a bunch of those. Why we don't go for Chris Paul?
Yeah, I
We
mean,
get
I would like Chris Paul on this team.
I think it would actually help. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I guess it would stop the development of Kolek, but it would also help Brunson with another floor general. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? So, like, I don't know what offering that. Like, let's get somebody, like, let's get another veteran in the team. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's not to give up Mikal to get, definitely would have loved to have Drew Holiday, but I feel like giving up Mikal right now is going to be a hard piece because it breaks up the dynamic. You know what
yeah,
I mean? And that's where I'm like, God, I would have liked to do something like, could y'all take a Dottie and Yabusele and give us, Drew Holiday? But every team's looking for something different. That's the thing that they're looking for what's going to be best for them. It's like I said, it's the craziest thing that's like going to happen. But I feel
yeah.
like that would have been a nice little peace offering, as well as something nice. So like, okay, we'll take Yabusele and we'll take Kolek. You give us Drew Holiday. I'm like, I bet let's do it.
Yeah, I don't think we can get Drew Holiday because the math won't work.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? The thing is, it's like when we make trades and stuff like that, the math have to work. I think Drew Holiday, if you want, you can look up and see how much he's making. But neither one of those guys, Kolek or Yabusele, will be enough to go get a Drew Holiday. You know what I'm saying? That won't like a player that we could get Drew Holiday with would be a guy like McCall. Like that'd be like a lateral trade. Like you know what I'm saying? Like we get McCall. I mean they get McCall Bridges and we get Drew Holiday. We can't get Drew Holiday for Yabusele and Kohler. Their salary is they're not making a lot like this year. So that's not a realistic trade. But like I would love, yeah. I mean, I would love at some point to get a player like Drew Holiday if we could try to get him. You know what I mean? Do we need him? No, but if we get him, I think he can help us. Take us to another level. Um, and he will take us to another level in the event of getting a guy like Giannis on the team. Like if we trying to go all in and we still on the Giannis train,
Yep.
that's a guy that will bring Giannis to this team. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, who else that you think? While you do that, I'm gonna look up Drew Holiday thing.
Oh, I got it already. So basically, he signed a contract with Boston before he got traded for a 4 year, 138, 135.
How
So
much?
basically, we'll start the 2025, 24, 25 season. So the last year's he has a 37 and a 34, a 37.2 and a 37.4 salary.
How much?
So basically, he's got a play option in the final year. That's another thing.
How much you making this year? How much
This
money
year
you?
he's making 32.
Yeah, so Yabusele is only 5 and Kolek is only 1. You know what I'm saying? So that's 6 million right there. So
Yep.
that won't
I'll watch that out. Yep.
yeah, that won't amount to a trade. But bro, I would love to get a guy like Drew Holiday, man. I'm looking at a guy like Eve Missy. Like I think that's a guy that's more realistic. Maybe a second rounder and Yabusele could do it. I'm trying to see if that math will math, but if it does, that's a move that you made. And like I keep hearing Jose Alvarado, but I'm hearing things about Jose Alvarado, and he basically don't want to leave because maybe he know his minutes will get like tarnished, so he probably want to just stay put. You know what I mean?
Stay comfortable, but he's gonna also be a part because I feel like the Pelicans are blowing that team up. They don't even want. I believe there's a rumor they don't even want to keep Zion. The only people that is untouchable is Trey Murphy and wait, Trey Murphy and somebody else, or the other person. Those are the two people that they want to keep.
Yeah,
Oh, Derek Queen. Those are the two people they want to keep. Everybody else is tradable.
yeah.
So I don't
I was
know.
I was just checking to see if any little trades came down the pipe. But yeah, man, yo, it's gonna be interesting. My dark horse person that I think the Knicks should try to go get, and I feel like we can get, maybe even include a guy like I mean, it's gonna probably take a couple. It's probably gonna take like 2 or 3 people, and not 2 or 3 people, but 2 people in a pick. Maybe a guy like Ayo DeSumo from Chicago. Like he's a young prospect, but I love his energy coming off the bench for Brunson. I think that's exactly what Brunson needs. A guard like that. He's a dog, and keep a guy like Kolek. You know what I mean? I love the development of Kolek, and I think that Kolek is actually opening the game for Mikal and players like the Cat potentially. So
Yep.
I love what Kolek is doing. I want us to keep Kolek on the floor. But I think right now for the Knicks, man, to be honest, is just running back, man. It's just running back. If we could get off a guy like Yabusele, that'd be beautiful. But like for the most part, we just gotta run it back, man. We gotta run it back what we got and just hope everybody stay healthy and then really lock in, man. Because I think our moves, we don't have no wiggle room to really even grab anybody like that. You know what I mean? Unless they got a trick up their sleeve. You never know with Leon Rose and those guys, man.
That is true.
They showed us plenty of times that they know how to get fancy with the cap. They know how to get in, and also a third team trade can be involved as well. You're seeing that it's happening right now.
Yep.
Never know, man. The Knicks might pull something off, but I don't think it'll be nothing substantial, and I don't think it's going to be anything that's going to interrupt the flow of the Knicks right now, how they playing and the play style and how Mike Brown got these guys playing. But it's going to be real interesting, man. And as these trades come on, you know what I mean? Me and my guy, NC, we will hop on. Even if it's for like 2 or 3 minutes out of our day, whatever, like real major ones, we'll just be coming on the page and we'll just give our little our analysis on those trades because it's going to be a lot of moving parts. And it's still a Giannis watch. It's still a James Harden watch. I don't know. LeBron might be on the move.
You never know who's going to get moved. That's the way it's looking like.
Right. John Morant definitely is going to get moved. Kobe White's going to get moved. So it's going to be, you're going to see some names, and there might be other guys. See, we didn't even know James Harden wanted to get moved until last night. We just woke up.
Exactly.
It was like, you never
at 2
know.
o'clock in the morning saying that he won't be traded. That's crazy.
Right. You never know what's going to happen from here to there. And like I said, it's going to be a lot of teams selling. And I just want to see what the Knicks do. Any move we make, I'll be happy. I know the Giannis move is not in play.
Yep.
I know the Knicks is not serious about Giannis, and we shouldn't be serious about Giannis right now. I think we're in a good spot. But anything you want to say? Anything you want to elaborate on?
Stay tuned. That's the only thing. It's deadline is Thursday at 3 p.m.
Yeah, we're gonna come back.
Stuff. It's been crazy up to 3 o'clock. So yeah, definitely.
And we're gonna come back on. We're gonna break down more salary. We're gonna get on here and we're gonna come back Thursday for you guys, and we're gonna just wrap up everything. So after the trade deadline is over, you're going to get a full breakdown. We're going to be breaking down players, and hopefully the Knicks is in better moves. But I honestly think, from my opinion, that the Knicks need to make a move because we can't stay pat because, in a sense, teams are going to start getting better around us. You know,
it's true. They actually did already.
The Pistons, the Pistons they gearing up. Boston gearing up. You see Cleveland, they active. So it's like we must make a move. A move must be made somewhere, and it got to be a bench player that can bring us some production. Who knows? Maybe a player like Clarkson is on the way out.
Yep.
You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
So it's just staying tuned and staying locked in, man. But yo, I want to thank everybody for locking in with us, man, and locking into Knicks versus everybody, man. Yesterday the show was amazing. It was a beautiful show. If you haven't seen that episode, make sure you go back and watch that episode. I'm getting a lot of feedback from that show, so it's a beautiful thing. And like I said, we appreciate everybody that's growing with us. So if you've grown with us from the bottom, we appreciate you. And we're gonna have some giveaways and some cool stuff going on. I almost wanted to come on here today and show you one of the giveaways I got, but I think I'm gonna hold it to the next episode. The next episode, I got a giveaway, and it's from Kif. Shout out to Kif. You know, we in that Kif where, you know what I mean?
Right.
I got something fly from Kif, brand new, and it's exclusively for Knicks fans only. So if you're a Knicks fan, you're gonna love this. It's gonna be for you, and I can't wait, man. Anything you want to say before we off here, man?
Definitely, definitely last episode was a milestone,
Right.
also was great energy. So definitely we're really working hard.
Right.
We even did this as like the quickest turnaround podcast we ever did just to make sure we could do a trade-in, a trade special. So,
Who but us?
that's what I like to see. People definitely subscribe, like, enjoy, comment,
Yes.
just definitely tell us what we can do better, what could we do worse, whatever you're gonna say. But this
Yeah.
is about Knicks, but this is also about basketball. So we give you best of both worlds. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So definitely
Yes, sir.
understand that. So we'll definitely be back. Oh wait. You know what? You got a game night.
Yeah, over the Wizards.
Yeah, we got a game. What time? Oh, I gotta watch on. My bad. We got a game at 7.
Yeah, game at 7. The Wizards, we gonna be playing the Wizards. So that game will be we'll be airing this one probably like you'll see this. Yeah, you guys will see this. We'll schedule it to where you guys will see this one. But yeah, we're gonna drop this real soon. And when we do, we're gonna be celebrating the Nick win as well, man. So
That's right.
thank y'all for tuning in, man.
7 straight.
Knicks versus everybody, man. We out of here, man.
All right. Peace.
Peace.